A few weeks ago during the winter holidays, I flew to Florida to board a cruise and soak up some Caribbean sunshine. To get there, I tried a new airline, Porter Airlines, flying overnight from Vancouver to Toronto, then connecting to Fort Lauderdale. Join me on this trip report as I share what Porter Airlines has to offer. We start the journey here at Vancouver International Airport. Before I get checked in, let me share some information about Porter. Porter Airlines is a regional Canadian airline based in Toronto. They operate Bombardier Q400s and Embraer E2s, offering a quote-unquote elevated economy service at competitive prices. Perks include no middle seats, complimentary snacks and beverages for all passengers, actual glassware, and free Wi-Fi. For these two flights, I booked PorterReserve, which is similar to premium economy on other airlines. It includes seats with more legroom, 2 checked bags, priority check-in and boarding, and a complimentary meal on flights over 2.5 hours. The upgrade costs an additional $80 for this route, bringing the total one-way fare from Vancouver to Fort Lauderdale to just over $400. YVR was busy with holiday travelers, even late in the evening. As a PorterReserve passenger, I used the dedicated check-in lane, which was quick and efficient. After security, I tried to visit the Plaza Premium Lounge, but unfortunately it was already closing, so I found a spot in the terminal to wait for boarding. On both flights, I'll be flying on Porter's Embraer E2 aircraft. Not only is it my first time flying Porter, but it is also my first time flying on this aircraft type. After a 15-minute delay, boarding began.
Once again, this is the avid traveler and PorterReserve boarding call. Traveler PorterReserve à bord du vol 318 avec correspondance.
Hi there, how are you doing today?
Porter Airlines Embraer E2s are configured in a 2-2 seating across 33 rows. The first 4 rows are designated for PorterReserve. For both flights, I'll be in seat 4A. The extra legroom of the reserve seats is immediately noticeable. For reference, I'm 5'7" inches tall, and I had about a foot of space left between my knees and the seat back. Unfortunately, the aircraft doesn't come equipped with seatback IFE. Instead, you simply get a literature holder in its place, with instructions on how to connect to the onboard Wi-Fi and entertainment, which you can stream from your phone. The tray table is pretty standard and has 2 shallow cup holders as well as some grooves to help stand up your phone. The literature pocket consists of a safety card, a Cygnus bag, and a Porter magazine. 2 universal power outlets are available near the bottom, one for each seat. The headrest can be adjusted up and down, and the sides can fold in to support your head when sleeping. Up above is an adjustable air nozzle, crew call button, and a reading light. From seat 4A, you get a pretty nice view of the Pratt & Whitney GTF engines. As this flight is over 2.5 hours long, PorterReserve passengers get a complimentary meal on board. As this is an evening flight, only the dinner menu will be served.
Or the cellular service is turned off. At this time, we ask passengers using their headsets to remove them.
After takeoff from runway 8 right, I connected to the onboard Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is free for all passengers. If you're signed up for VI Porter, you can sign in and get uninterrupted Wi-Fi for the full flight. Or if you rather not, you can watch an ad to get 30-minute sessions. Shortly into the flight, the crew came around to offer drinks. I got myself a small bottle of a ginger tonic, called Ginger Defense, as well as a ginger ale. Once the crew completed a round of the drink service, the meals were delivered, packaged in simple brown boxes. Inside, you'll find two sides. The first being a Mediterranean dip consisting of hummus, tabbouleh, cucumber, grape tomatoes, and olives, and the second side being cornbread. You also get crackers and a truffle chocolate. For the entree, I debated between the peri-peri chicken bowl or the Asian noodle salad bowl, but ultimately ended up with the Asian noodle, which was not bad. Peterson got the other chicken option, which he said tasted decent as well. In the box, you'll also find this cute cardboard phone holder, which you can use while streaming entertainment from Porter. Personally, I thought the Mediterranean dip was the highlight, as it was quite tasty and refreshing. Unfortunately, my tray table was a bit slanted, so a few times my food almost slid off. After the meal, I visited the lavatory in the front, which was pretty standard with no amenities offered except hand soap. In the second half of the flight, the crew came around to offer more snacks, from which I selected a chocolate shortbread cookie and a pack of pretzels and sesame sticks, along with a glass of Coke Zero. By the time we made our approach into Toronto, it was still dark out, with just a faint glow on the horizon. We had a 3-hour layover in Toronto before our next flight, so after deplaning and going through security and immigration, we headed to the Plaza Premium Lounge in Terminal 3. The Plaza Premium Lounge here is an incredibly small lounge, with just a handful of seats and a small buffet spread. Shortly after our arrival, they were refusing guests entry into the lounge due to overcrowding. The lounge itself was pretty bare bones, so I won't spend much time talking about it. I just grabbed myself a cappuccino and waited for the next flight.
That's the other side.
Which side?
As mentioned earlier, I was also seated in 4A for this flight, although the aircraft is a different registration. Now that it's daytime, here's a better look at the cabin and seat.
Your jackets, backpacks, purses, and fanny packs, please place them underneath the seat in front of you. Thank you.
One thing I forgot to film on my first flight was this little coat hook off to the side, useful for hanging small bags like so. on this flight was a little different, so here's a look at what's offered. For some reason, they were offering lunch and dinner meals instead of breakfast, even though it was 9 a.m.
On behalf of the captain and the crew, welcome aboard your Porter flight. Please now direct your attention to your cabin crew for a demonstration of the safety equipment and emergency procedures. Please comply with the no smoking and fasten seatbelt signs whenever they are illuminated. Nous vous prions de respecter les consignes lumineuses en ce qui a trait à l'interdiction de fumer et aux ceintures de sécurité. Your seatbelt is fastened by inserting the metal clip into the buckle. Adjust to fit tightly around your hips. To release the seatbelt, lift the buckle's upper portion and pull apart. Pour attacher votre ceinture de sécurité, insérez la boucle dans la pince et serrez-la bien aux hanches. Pour la détacher, soulevez la partie du haut et tirez. This aircraft is equipped with 8 emergency exits, 2 doors in the front, 4 windows over the wings, and 2 doors in the rear. Please note that on this aircraft, exit signs are indicated by a green symbol. The arrows point in the direction of the exit. Please locate the one closest to you. Safety features card. This gives details of the safety equipment on this aircraft. Dans la pochette devant, à côté de vous. Cette carte provides that they are secure and in airplane. Your cabin.
After takeoff, I once again connected to the free in-flight Wi-Fi. Here's a look at the entertainment options that you can stream to your phone, in lieu of an actual IFE screen. For the drink service, I got myself a cranberry juice. For the meal, I chose the croissant breakfast sandwich duo. Unfortunately, it was quite disappointing. The croissant was quite stiff, not airy with the flaky texture like you would expect. The included sides of couscous and some kind of pastry with cream cheese were not satisfying either, so I left much of the meal unfinished. Once again in the second half of the flight, snacks were handed out, so I got the pretzels and sesame sticks as well as the cheddar beans, which tasted really weird and didn't taste like cheddar at all. Overall, I enjoyed my first experience flying Porter Airlines. The airline offers a premium touch on little things here and there, like free Wi-Fi and complimentary snacks and beverages, including wine and beer. I found the $80 upgrade to PorterReserve worthwhile, especially for the extra legroom. However, the meal service was a mixed bag. While the Mediterranean dip on the first flight was a highlight, the second flight's meal was very disappointing. There's definitely room for improvement in the food department. While it's true Porter adds little touches to elevate the economy experience, it still ultimately feels very much like economy. If flying within North America, I'm not sure I would pick Porter over Air Canada if the price was similar, as earning Aeroplan point feels much more useful than VI Porters. Additionally, Porter has limited routes compared to Air Canada's massive network. I hope you enjoyed my review of Porter Airlines Reserve from Vancouver to Fort Lauderdale. If you found this useful, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. A special thanks to my YouTube and Patreon members for your support. Until next time, thanks for watching, happy travels, and I'll see you in the next one.